Hello and welcome all purpose seekers to my channel. My name is Lewis. Welcome to my channel, The Dynamic Purpose. In this channel, I will be exploring what purpose is, how purpose works, how the universe is made up of purpose, and the things you can do to best fulfill your purpose. Because right now, how everything is going, more people are looking for their purpose. They're being drawn more towards their purpose in life. Even if, regardless of money or status or anything like that, everybody is being more drawn towards purpose, especially in this new age of Aquarius that's happening in the world. We're starting to move more towards the occult or hidden knowledge or special knowledge of the universe that most of us aren't really accustomed to, or that the media and institutions don't really talk about, because all they want to do is kind of keep you in the same bubble as everybody else, where you guys are just working for a living to pay rent and bills and utilities, and basically just feed the system, feed the matrix. So what this channel is trying to do is basically get people out of the matrix, but in a more spiritual way, because it's not, the money is important and status and all these other material things are important, but if you don't have the right purpose, then all that doesn't mean anything, and you will be unfulfilled, unhappy, and you might even eventually lose everything because you wouldn't have the passion or drive to continue with what you were doing. So what I have right now here, I have a diagram. You guys can see. It's basically a pyramid structure. And on the top is free will. Free will. At the bottom ends are desire and reason. I don't know if reason got erased, but it says reason there. And desire, which I think I just erased, sorry. So this is the pyramid of purpose. It's like a prism almost. It's basically a prism, and what it is that it reflects purpose, basically. It takes the energy of the universe, the creative force, gets fed through this pyramid of will, desire, and reason, free will. And what comes out of this, what manifests from this, is a purpose. So this is the way, on the other end of the pyramid, it converts whatever energy it uses into a manifest material purpose. So this is what the universe is basically made of, or how we manipulate the universe. You cannot manipulate the universe without having a purpose. And there are misuses. You can do misuses of purpose, but they will not last. So, for instance, if you start anything just from the level of reason or desire, you're missing part of the picture. It's not going in the right way. You must start things with your will. The will starts any endeavor. The will drives you to achieve things in this world, to want to achieve things, to aspire to greater things. That's why we have a free will. That's what the free will is basically for. Desire is more emotional. It feeds our desires to want pleasure and things of that nature. And then reason is our way to create our personality and ego and all these things that we use categories in the world in order to, understand the world better. It helps us. But the main driver of all this would be your will. Your free will is the main driver of everything. So if you don't have a strong will, then none of these other aspects can be utilized, because free will is the most important part of the matrix of purpose. And that's basically what we live in, is a kind of matrix of purpose that is made to create. Now, create what? I believe that we are here to create God in this reality, to recreate God in this world, and basically, because purpose works, the way purpose works is that everybody needs everything, it's a hierarchy basically of purpose. It starts from lower purposes and it builds and builds and builds to higher and higher. It's kind of like a system within a system within a system. And we need that in order to create things, in order for the universe and society to work. Everything works in this way. Nothing works where, and I know right now people are you might be a little lost in thinking, what does this mean? It's basically that everything has a purpose and everything is made up of these three things. Everything you think about in life has these three aspects to it. I mean, even with the universe, you have physics, you have electrons, protons, and neutrons. Basically, this is the neutron, this is the neutral part, and these are the negative and positive charges down here with reason and desire. And this is how everything works. This is basically, from the smallest atoms to humans to the galaxy. Basically, everything works this way. Everything. So you cannot avoid this no matter what. And most people don't really use this in their life. They let society or the government or the church or whatever, their peer group, they let them figure this out for them rather than them taking charge of their own purpose. So this is why I've created this channel. And I'm in the process of writing a book about this idea. And I wrote a book about 20 years ago, about 10 years ago, I wrote a book 10 to 20 years ago. And the thing is, I never followed my purpose. So this is also a journey of mine to fulfill my purpose in life. And I feel I was guided to write this book. I'll be naming it Dynamic Purpose as well, like the channel, because I feel like I need to express this in the world. Most people don't understand what this is about. They don't understand that this can empower them. This can free them from their bondage of having to just do what everybody else tells them, what all authority tells them. And I'm not saying to rebel or to, anything like that, but I'm saying that you can fulfill your own purpose. That's how you rebel in this world. If you fulfill your own purpose and you gain the knowledge and the power to fulfill purpose in this world, you gain power and you revolt against what everybody else is telling you to do. And that's what I'm here to help you with, because I'm doing the same thing. And you always need to rely on the will. The will is the chief aspect of purpose. It will guide you. It's, in a sense, it's basically like you meditating. Like when you get away from reason and desire and the phenomena of life, you step into your will and you embody it, and it guides you and it gives you information, it gives you answers. And this is basically what spirituality is. It's basically your will, it's your intuition, and that guides you to do what you were put here on this earth to do. Now, most people don't really follow that. Like, free will in society would be like the church, because it's like a spiritual guide. It's here to tell you how to live. It's supposed to tell you what to do and the best way in terms of how God wants you to live. But it doesn't. It doesn't represent God. It doesn't represent the will of God. It represents its own purpose, its own, which is power, or to have, and I'm not saying religion doesn't help people, but I don't believe that it's not always on people's side when it comes to their own purpose. So this is what I believe, and this is a metaphysical truth, and I don't care who says that you can't prove it. I'd say look at life. Look at the way life is made up And I guarantee you, you will not find a way where you can just deny these three things that don't go into any purpose or anything you're trying to do. Free will, and it directs your desires, and then your reason, and then back. It's like it's a loop. It's a feedback loop, and this is what keeps creating. This is like a vortex of creation here, with the will at the top, and like I said, desire and reason at the bottom. Now these things, this is self-evident. This is truth right here, and science will always try to deny things and will try to disprove, because that's what is based on reason, and reason is what, reason has to break things down. It has to, break a lot of things down and get to the what it is. But what it does, it destroys a lot of things as well. And desire, we get emotions just from, things we see, or music, or, anything in our life that's caused any kind of desire in our life. But it's not based on any purpose. It's not based on anything real. The only thing that is real is when a desire and a reason work in conjunction with the free will of man and women. So this is the matrix of purpose. This is what I'm here to teach. Now, like I said, I'm all over the place, because right now this is my first video, and I'm just trying to gather my thoughts and be as coherent as possible. But I feel like this is my purpose in life. This is what I was meant to do. This is what I'm meant here to tell you people, and you can take it or not, but I believe this is real truth. This is the real truth of everything. And I know there's a lot of other people that say all kinds of other things. Nobody's speaking about purpose in these terms. Nobody's talking about purpose in this way. I'm the only person that's talking about purpose like this, and trying to give people a better way of manipulating purpose for their gain, and to go and, fulfilling their true purpose in life. Because regardless what anybody thinks, we all have a purpose, and it doesn't matter what age. Because sometimes you guided so much by society and things like desire and reason, without really going into your will, when connecting to the will of God, that you don't really get to fulfill your purpose at all. Because you may be out of fear, or you don't want to be different. You don't want to be, outcast or anything like that. That time is over. There's no more worrying about what other people think about you, because it doesn't matter. I've basically gotten rid of everybody in my life. And I have still my family and everybody. I'm still in contact with everybody, but like friends, I got rid of. Social, because at some point you have to get to the crux of what you're here for and what you're here to do. And not everybody is on the same journey as you. So this is what is meant. This is the matrix of purpose, and this will free you in life. You want freedom, you want true freedom, you follow this. Follow this purpose vortex. Free will, desire, and reason. These are the vortex. This is what, and this will create anything in your life you want, and you will gain you power. And the only thing is, with this, you have to go to higher. Always strive for something higher. Things have to lead to higher purposes. You can't have a purpose in itself, basically. You cannot have a purpose that works only for itself, because that destroys the stream of creation. And basically, it will collapse, basically. It's like a building or a house that's so big that it tries to reach the sky, and it collapses because it can't reach the sky. It's outlived, and it's surpassed whatever purpose it was meant for, and now it's just trying to take up everything else, trying to take up every other purpose or thing, space. Basically, it's taking up too much space, so it will be destroyed. That's basically how purpose works. If you don't have a higher purpose to strive for, or at least, it won't work. Things won't work. And this is why most of us fail in life, because we do things for the sake of, one purpose, like pleasure or for one reason, and it doesn't really lead us to a greater reason. And this is what I'm trying to teach people, and this is what my channel is meant for. So I know I was all over the place in this video, but I'm really passionate about this, and I really want to talk, tell everybody what this channel's about. And I hope you got something out of this. I hope you've gotten a new perspective about free will, desire, and reason, because it's very powerful. It's a very powerful concept. I've never really talked about it to anybody, and this is the first time I'm talking about it. And I'm very excited about this. So please check me out, hit like, subscribe, and be on the lookout for more videos from me. Thank you.